force. You know what I'm saying? We have thoughts unfold to our mind. When we listen to those thoughts, we never go wrong. No matter what's the situation, that thoughts we listen to from within, we never regret it. When we don't listen to it, we regret it. So they show you there's a creator that's within I and I. You see, there's a moral compass inside of I and I. So because of that moral compass, it directs us. It gives us the direction we need to go. Better yet, it gives us instruction. You see, so based on that instruction, when we follow that instruction, we get everything good. You see, some people follow it sometime and some people don't. When people follow it, they'll be like, you're so lucky. It's have nothing to do with luck. It have everything to do with obedience. At that point of time, this person was being obedient. So they receive what comes with that obedient. You see, but when we're not being obedient, then we're not receiving what comes with that obedience. So then somebody gonna say, yo, you bad lucky. Oh, you so bad lucky. Because we're not in line with our obedience, our inside voice. You see. So it's very important that we go within, practice our inside voice, connect to our inside voice. You see. Work with Chef and run up the likes. Don't forget, work with Chef and run up the likes, Universal Family. You see, because that's what the algorithm recognizes. So that's why I and I is so profound. You see, it's divine inside I and I. It's a divine presence. You see, in our awareness. So when we connect to our awareness, you know what I'm saying, it's not just a personal identity. You see, it's a represent. You see, it represents the Most High within us. You see, so the word I itself has a deep meaning, deep value. You see, in many ways. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important to just live up in that place, in our intuition, inside of our mind, in our awareness. It's not about consciousness, but it's about awareness. To be aware. It's not conscious, it's to be aware, it's to acknowledge what's going on. In consciousness, there's no accountability, responsibility, and acknowledgement. But in our awareness, there's direction, there's instruction. That's how we get a fulfillment. That's where the alignment comes from. You see. So it's very important that we live up and, you know what I'm saying, and don't give up, you know. It's very, very important. Not to go astray, you know what I'm saying. So this is the requirement, the fulfillment it takes. The knowledge is within I and I. It's not exterior. It given in the same book tell us the knowledge is not in the sky for us to say we're going to reach up there and get it. It's not in the depths of the dirt. It's not in the bottom of the ocean. But it's within I and I. Where it's easily accessed, you know what I'm saying, accessible. That we don't need no money. We don't need none of that to achieve it. You see. So it's very important. Niggas, if you mind, just mute your mic for your man now, please. Because the background is just like super loud in the headphone, you know. So, yeah, thank you very much. So that's what it is all about, you know what I'm saying? It's for I and I for just work together, collective. That's why it says, no one, everyone, iron sharpen iron. Each one activate each one. You see, each one enlighten each one. The moral is the teacher. The moral is the leader. We are the servant and followers. In the you say, he has to be called. You see, he has to be called to become what you're supposed to be. You can't go somewhere and somebody go and teach you it. It comes from within. You see, so that's why when you go in the building, most of them people is not speaking the truth.
Right, and be careful who you have helping you. Because a lot of people is not really trying to help you. They just trying to help themselves in some other way. Yeah, no, I'm serious. I learned that from...
They say they got ulterior motive.
Yeah, yes. They ulterior motives. You gotta be careful. That's just traps that they setting for you. So, you gotta always be aware of these things. God gonna reveal it to you anyway, so...
No, it is what it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
You see, we're supposed to be able to can live up.
Mm-hmm.
And don't go astray. You see, so it's just being an overstanding. Don't let nobody lead you astray.
Yes.
You see, because the goal, you see how they lead the youth them in the music industry astray.
Oh yes, let me tell you. And I figured that out too. And I said that there's a lot of stuff going on people don't know. And then they start off with they helping you and they not helping you.
No, the flow of energy gonna always build us, you know.
Mm-hmm,
You see, so if somebody say they helping, you hear what they say? They helping, so that they helping you to help.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, because...
You see, somebody giving you assistance is different when somebody helping you.
Okay, right, I see. Because somebody was saying that they was going to do this and that, like help me with my stuff. And then, it turned into something else. And I was like, you know what? I ain't even calling back.
Ulterior motive.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
In assistance, there is no ulterior motive. But in moral is the motive.
Mm-hmm. And you know
in helping somebody else ulterior motives.
And you know what I started to think? I said, now I see what's really going on there. And I was like, I can imagine what else is happening, but it ain't got nothing to do with me. I just try to do what I gotta do, and I'm gone.
Yes, that's what it's all about. For you to play your part. You play your part, and you keep on moving, keep on striving on the journey I and I on.
Yes.
It's when I and I stop playing the I and I part, you see, is when the destructions that follow I and I.
Right.
And people look at destruction like, well, destruction is like when your car crash, you hurt your hand. Destruction also can be somebody that has ill intention around you,
Yes, exactly. Like when they was deleting my work and stuff. And I said, I wonder if it's because of all of that. Because of what the guy was saying to me. Oh my goodness. I started to think all kind of stuff.
Yeah, so that's why when you stay alone, they say anywhere the mind is upright, it never wanders. Anywhere the thoughts is upright, the mind never wanders.
Never wanders.
Yes, man. You see. So it's very important that I and I keep our mind aligned with the morals and let the morals lead us so we don't have to wonder.
Okay, right, exactly. And that's why I was like, from now on, I'm just going to figure everything out on my own.
Yes. It's not even trying to figure it out on our own, but to let the moral lead us. Acknowledge the moral is the leader, not I.
Okay.
You see, because when we say we're doing it ourselves, we're really doing it ourselves,
Okay, you're right. Okay.
And we don't get the fullness we need. You see. So it's very, very, very important, you see, to know what we are saying. Because more time when people say certain things, it's not like you not trying to, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to correct them, but sometimes your morals not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
allow you to just turn a blind eye. So
Okay, good.
then it's gonna make you speak up, but somebody might take offense to it. They'll be like, okay, they're always trying to correct me. They always think they know everything. But it's about the point of iron sharpening iron.
Right.
You see,
It makes
because
sense, though. It makes
a lot of
sense.
people receive information. The information they receive is not accurate information. So if you receive information is not accurate, and somebody have more accurate information than yours, don't feel no way.
Yeah, right. Accept the accurate information.
Yes, because for example, all right, I'm not picking on this person, but I'm just speaking like what I'm saying. Like they would say peace and blessing. You see, what if we really examine peace? What is peace? Peace is a peace, no matter how somebody try to trick us.
Okay.
It's still a peace. What's best blessing? When you look at the way the word blessing spelled, it really say be less.
Okay, yes.
So now when we pick up those words from other people who give us those corrupt words, now we're looking for goodness, but we're using those words and we wonder and say, why it's not working out?
Okay,
Because the
yes.
words we're using not gonna allow it to work out.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because what you speak out of your mouth, life and death is in the power of the tongue.
Of the tongue. So that's why the person who come up with those word spells know exactly what they are doing. There is no coincidence or accident. You see, that's why they say that etymology of words is so important. Most people, when they start go to school, they give them the basic, but they didn't build on the basic themselves because everybody was looking just to hurry to graduate. They're not looking to really learn.
Right, exactly.
So they stop spending time with studying. When you think Chef read what it read earlier, you gotta study.
Yeah.
The same book tell them that. How they don't see that in the book they have? You see, and true, a lot of people easily offended. You see, for you to tell them the truth, they're gonna take it. They are already sensitive to the truth. They are very hypersensitive to the truth. So the minute you speak the truth, they get emotional.
Yes.
When they should be like, man, somebody mislead me. You didn't come up with the words.
Right.
Somebody pass it on to you. So how you can just acknowledge and say, somebody gave me the wrong information.
Yes. You wonder
And don't
why.
take it personal.
Right.
If you hear somebody saying something that's contributing what you got, do your research. That means to tell you, say, instead of you repeating what somebody tell you, what the person else is saying, instead of you take what the person say, just do your research and see which one make more sense.
Okay. Yeah, because a
You
lot
see.
of people is like, yeah, they're gonna mislead you because they don't want you to be who you supposed to be.
No, that's not the goal. Their goal is to make sure that you don't reach where you're supposed to reach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why you think they have the story to say, well, teach somebody to fish, you see, instead you give them a fish. But they're not really talking about that. They're talking about your knowledge. Teach someone to have knowledge so they don't have to depend on someone else's knowledge.
Yes.
Because there's no way we're supposed to be eating fish, so how are you going to teach somebody to fish? How does that make sense? You a fish? I figure only fish eat fish. I didn't know human beings eat fish too. You're not a fish, so why are you eating fish? You see, because somebody says okay to do it, that means you're going to do it. Somebody tells you it's okay to drink cow milk, you're going to drink cow milk. Are you a cow? Somebody tells you to drink goat milk. Are you a goat? I'm surprised they didn't tell them to drink the sheep milk too. You see, so when people come around with those, nah man, you're good man. You see, when people tell people to do things and they just follow what people tell them, are you knowing the truth? For you don't know the truth. You're only repeating what somebody else tells you. You know what I'm saying? So when people come around with those, nah man, you're good man. You see, when people tell people to do things and they just follow what people tell them, are you knowing the truth? For you don't know the truth. You're only repeating what somebody else tells you. You know what I'm saying? So when people come around with those, nah man, you're good man. You see, when people tell people to do things and they just follow what people tell them, are you knowing the truth? For you don't know the truth. You're only repeating what somebody else tells you. go inside of you and get those information. That's not true. Because if you go within going to give you the correction. It's going to direct you in that way. You see, we got to start becoming more aware of what we're doing. The entertainment we're having. You see, what we are entertaining is very important. We don't go astray. We don't lose our way. You see, and that is how important it is, universal family. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget to just run up the likes and get it to what the algorithm like 60K plus. You know what I'm saying? Because with good reasoning, if you don't algorithm don't find a certain amount of numbers, it means to say nobody really interested in those reasoning. So to continue to have those reasoning to go further, we gotta meet what the algorithm expect us to meet. That is what they say, all right. The engagement was going on, they like what was going on. You see, that's why people share it and people do all of that. You see, look at what they're doing. I mean, they do things I never seen before, you know. You see, because they say they're trying to distract us from doing what's right. They're trying to mislead us. You see. So that's why it's very important for I and I to know the truth. Very important, because they give us a lot of, you see, subjective pronouns. That's why people always ask, oh, is the moral subjective? Because somebody teach them to be subjective. Because somebody taught them to be subjective from the youth growing. So they figure morals is subjective, but the moral is not subjective. Because a lot of people think about mythology, a lot of people think moral is mythology. A lot of they teach them about a lot of ideology, they think moral is ideology. But moral is not the Greek mythology. You see, rising, you see. So when we understand that, then we don't confuse no kind of ideology with morals. No kind of mythology with morals. You see. Because moral is not that lifestyle people living out there. Where they get their information, social information from. So we got to be wise enough not to go astray. You see, because it's our rightful duty to live up and not to give up. So the more we can live up, it's the better for I and I. You see, it's the better for I and I, you know. So we got to make it our duty to live up and not to give up. So when we can be, so it's very important, you see, so not to lose our way. Greetings, I am. What you looking like this morning?
Greetings, my brother. I'm just sitting here listening to you speak truth. It's not often that I run into rooms on TikTok that want to speak the truth. And I am a man of truth, so I seek it daily.
Right.
I kind of like slowed down on TikTok because I found out that most of TikTok is about confusion and keeping people, just divided between each other. It's always arguments and no one's trying to come to an agreement. No one's trying to seek out truth. So I kind of like went back to YouTube, but I came on today and I just happened to hear you speak and I kind of stuck around. Everything you were saying was good, so that's why I stayed, because if it wasn't, believe me, I would have been gone. I wouldn't even ask to come up. But I do want to say thank you, brother, for sharing your knowledge with others. I hope that they listen and research. So peace unto all.
Yes, give thanks, This is the Moral Value Foundation Network. We call it it's called the Moral Value Foundation Network. And it's for a reason. It's to live in our moral value, in our moral foundation, in a moral network. So it's always to speak the truth all the time, because iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
And this is what we need and the journey we are on. You know what I'm saying? If you're the type who like to read, they got a book on Amazon called the Moral Value Foundation Network. You know what I'm saying? It was written by I and I still, So you can check check out the knowledge and see. You know, you can always pre-read it first before you get it, so you can see what the knowledge is in there is all about.
And
You know what I'm saying?
what's
And
the
we
name of
usually
it?
come on at 8:30 in the evening.
And what's the name of it
Moral
again?
Value Foundation Network. That's the picture of it. Say that again.
I got it. More Value Network. I'll check it out.
Yes, that's the name of the book. It's on Amazon. That's the cover. Yeah, that's the cover of the book right here, where you see right on the
Oh, all
screen
right.
right now.
Oh, all right.
You know?
Yeah. All right. I'll
And we
definitely check it
usually,
out.
yes,
I love wisdom.
yes, yes, and we usually forward in the evening around 8:30 in the night, and sometime the last half an hour from 8:30 to 11 we usually be on every night, and we usually do studying from the moral book for the last half an hour of the session. You know what I'm saying? We usually do moral studying. We have a lot of moral reasoning. So it's to build a community of like-minded people that going in the same direction,
There you
looking for
go.
the truth,
Yes.
looking to become the truth, to grow in the truth with no deception. You know what I'm saying? That's why we encourage people to do their own research. We challenge people, we dare people to research. And if you find what we're saying is contributing, challenge us. You see?
So
So
let me
that's why we keep it clean. We keep it
so let me ask you a question. Um, when you read about separation in the book, how do you feel about that?
well, separation itself is separation or sufferation. Which one you say? Separation, right?
Yes.
Okay. Separation is to separate I and I from the unmoral ways, because there's two ways in life. There is moral or unmorals. So we got to separate from the unmorals. So to separate from the unmorals, we got to be living in I and I morals. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say great minds think alike, birds of a flock fly together, and dumb minds think alike. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, I'm going to use the best analogy I can use is in a relation. To have a good relation in a house between a man and a woman, they has to have the same alignment. They have to have the same goal. Now, in the moral, for example, the moral going to teach both of us to do what is we supposed to be doing. It's not going to be my way and it's not going to be your way. So now, you're going to nourish me and I'm going to nourish you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show love, you're going to show love. You're not my servant, I'm not your servant. You know? So now in that aspect, we're not going to have no division. We're not going to have no separation. We're going to always be nourishing each other, because the moral is the leader. So both of us is serving that moral. So you're supposed to encourage me to live in my moral. I'm supposed to encourage you to live in your morals. So there will be no separation. But we're living in the time that people have ulterior motive. They are not looking to live in their morals. Better yet, the morals wasn't even taught like that. You know what I'm saying? The last time the moral was really taught was in the 1600s, 1616, from way back in those days. So this is like, they would have said this is hundreds of years ago. Even 1,000 years ago, according to the calendar, the way they run it today.
I guess what I'm asking.
But the moral...
I guess what I'm asking is, like, when you read and you study, it tells us to separate ourselves, from the people of the land, meaning the people of the world, those who seek the world, those who chase after the things of the world. So my question was, how do you wake the people up that it's time for separation?
How you wake them up?
That it's time for separation, because people don't want to separate. We sometimes you have to separate even from those
Okay,
in your family
I
because
get what you,
they're
I
not
get
of
what you,
you.
yes, I got what you're asking. Yes, so yes, so that's why I give the statement: birds of a flock fly together. Great minds think alike.
Right,
So if you're wrong somebody, you and them is not aligned, it's not going to work.
right. I agree 100%.
It's
But
not going to work out because
no,
you'll have two different mind.
right. I agree with you 100%. But my thing is, even though it's not going to work, a lot of our people today, and I'm not saying they're bad people, but a lot of them are caught up in the world. They don't know how to separate themselves from those that are not like them. Sometimes separation, your worst enemy is right there in your own home. So a lot of times separation is hard for us because we don't know how to separate from those that we come up loving. So that was the question, because
Okay.
when you're talking about right versus wrong, good versus evil, there has to be a separation between the two. Because if not, evil will eventually take over the good. Good can't hang with evil and stay good. It'll rub off. The evil will rub off on them.
Yes.
You know, so
Mm-hmm.
so how do
Because that's why it say, yeah, go ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Because that's why it says the birds of a flock fly together.
Yes.
Meaning to say minds alike hang out together. If you and somebody is not alike, it's not going to work. It doesn't matter if it's your mother, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your youth. It's going to always be contention and strife. So if you're looking to elevate, then you're going to have to make that decision. No matter how much you might say you love that person, you can love somebody from a distance,
Right. But that's what
That
I'm.
means you hate them.
But see, that's what I'm
Because
saying.
love and hate could never be friends.
Right. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think everything you're saying is true. My question is because I'm a restorer of the way. Most people say a restorer of the faith because most people don't follow the true faith. The faith is it's an action. It's a way of life. So I try to explain to people, when you say you have faith in God, you're saying you have faith in that which is good. Because everything about God is supposed to be good. There's more than one God. There's also the God of this world. And I only use that because most people are focused on that word God, meaning supreme being. I truly believe that the only gods that are on the face of this earth is us. There's no other gods beside us. I truly believe that once we awaken to the knowledge that we are gods, and the way that we live is like a light to the other people who watch us. Now it can be a dead light, a dark light, but either way it's still a light. So we have to look and see which light we're looking into. Are we looking into the light that leads us to righteousness, or are we looking into the light that will lead us into separation from those that we truly love and want to be with? Because I don't want to be with those that's not of me. Even to this very day, I don't even like this. So I don't like liars. I don't like liars. I don't like thieves. I don't like adulterers. I don't like evil. So I separate myself from people who I see living that way. Because the only way for me, personally, to show them the light is by walking different, living different. I'm not going out trying to save the world. I'm just trying to let the world see the light that shines in me and hope that they see that light and they'll want to come to that light, because I can't save the world. Every man has to work out his own salvation. I truly believe in that. And when you talk about unity and couples, a lot of couples today are not united mentally. They're united physically, but not mentally. So my thing would be is, how do you get them to unite mentally? Because to unite mentally, you have to be of the same mind. And to be of the same mind, that means y'all have to be like studying the same things, looking to that same I don't want to say leader, but that same way, because the leader is only that which teaches good. And that could be you, that could be me, that could be anyone in this room. You know, that's why I say God is us. There's no other God outside of us. So if we're looking for a God outside of us, we'll never find it. I rest my plane.
Yes, because when most people say they are God, they're not saying like they are God. They can create the air, create the sun, create
Right.
the moon. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because we can acknowledge that fact. None of us can create that. We all
Right.
come and find it. So there has to be a supreme over us.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, but it's not we are that highest supreme, but the creator that they say when we say we are gods means we're creating our reality. We're
Right.
creating our livity, not
Yes.
our life, but we
Yes.
create, because a lot of people don't understand the difference between what is life and livity.
Right.
You see, there's a
Right.
difference. We create our livity, you know what I'm saying? Meaning to say, how you think, you're gonna attract. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So for them to get back a relation to work together, they gotta let the moral be the leader. Nobody in that relation can become a dictator. They
Correct.
gotta let moral lead them.
Yes.
Both of them following the morals. Now they're following that moral, so both of them living within the morals.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It's
I
not
like
my way and it's not your way.
No, it's just the
The
right
moral
way.
is the leader.
Right. There's only a right and wrong way. There's no in between. So either we choose right or we choose wrong.
No, there's no in between.
No. No. It's either
And
right or
carnal
wrong.
minded is still wrong.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Well, we're on the same level.
So that's why we say,
I mean,
we're grasping the same understanding, and
yeah, and I like that because
you know,
it's hard to find now. You know, everybody wanna make a God outside of them and search for a God outside of them instead of the God that is within them, that supreme being that is within them. And what makes you supreme is that you're supreme.
because somebody told them somebody gonna come. Yes.
Right, ain't nobody coming to save us. We save ourselves by doing what's right, you know, and by living right, loving right, you know. Man, I try to tell
If that's
people.
the case, we would have been saved already.
Right. I keep telling people, quit
We would have
waiting
been
on.
saved, but that's not true.
We save ourselves. And we save ourselves just by changing ourselves because we're born in an evil world. So we're taught evil from the day that we enter this world. It's not that we're evil children. It's just that we're taught that. We're trained that way, you know. So when you grow up and you start to come into that adulthood, then there's a bunch of confusion because you've been taught nothing but the world ways. Now you're finding that there's a way that's different, that's better. But how do you transfer yourself over to that new way? Because you've been living this way for 20, 30, 40 years. So I think most people think it's going to happen overnight, but it's not. It's about the change of mind. And once you change your mindset, then everything else within you will change. If I'm wrong, let me know.
Yes, if you can shift, you know what I'm saying? It is a determination and a strong will. So how much is that person determined to shift away from the unmoral way of thinking?
Yes.
It can happen overnight, but it depends on the determination and strong will that person has.
Yes.
If you have a determination and a strong will not to do what's wrong, then you're going to go in that place.
Yes.
And you're going to become that mind. And
Yes,
you're not going to go again. You're going to shift away from the unbalance. Because the balance and the unbalance is within I and I. It's not exterior.
That's
You
right.
see, some people will say change, but I want to use the language change. I must say shift.
Yes.
Because you can shift in your mind, but you can't really change. As long as you're exposed to it, you can't change no more. You know what I'm saying? But you can shift away from it in your thinking process of the mind itself.
I like that. All right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can balance your thinking.
Right, and
You
that's
know, but it's the determination.
yes, very much so, very much so.
Greetings.
Greetings and peace to you,
Yes.
sister.
Greetings, fire. I just I wanted to chime in. I like the energy that the brother is bringing. I am. That's the next question. The next question now, after talking about the separation, like I was just thinking to myself, and I put in the chat too, is that, what I realized even in my own journey is that when you stand by the morals, when you stay in the morals, and you operate on a higher frequency, the separation happens naturally.
Yes.
Sometimes it's very uncomfortable. You will separate from family, you will separate from friends, ones that you love, just because you are living moral.
Yes.
Because those who are living unmoral are very uncomfortable with you.
Right, but
you know what I mean?
Right.
I used to question sometimes, like, why some of my friends would not be comfortable being around me. I'm chill. We'll go to the same spots. We love reggae. We're chilling in the reggae spots or whatever. But they're like, you're not gonna drink, and I'm like, no, I'm cool. I'm good. I'm having a good time. I just want to dance. Give me a bottle of water.
Right.
Maybe a ginger ale.
Right.
Right. But because I don't do it, they judge me. I don't judge them.
Right.
And that helped me to see that I don't even have to make that shift sometimes.
No, you don't.
They make the shift because they look at me in a different way. When I have not judged them. Right? So just living the morals will cause that shift naturally. You don't even have to do it. And the other thing is what you made.
I agree with you.
What were you gonna say?
I agree with you on that part. That once you change, a lot of times you don't have to separate yourself from people, because people will separate themselves from you, because now you're different.
Right.
You're not the same person you used to be. They don't like this
Right.
new person that you're becoming. So yeah, they shy away from you. They don't want to hear what you got to talk about. They don't want to be, it's like when I first started changing when I was young. I had friends who said, like, man, I don't want to be around you because all you talking about is good things, right, and God. I don't want to hear about that. So they would separate. Yeah, it does happen. But then you have those that still hang around, that still hang around and still doing evil, and they want to hang out with you, but I think they only want to hang out with you, from my experience, is because they want to try to pull you back into the person that you used to be, not because they appreciate.
That's true too. That's true too. Or your energy feels good, so they want it still, although they're straddling the fence, I would say.
I could believe
what I
that.
mean? Because that's the thing. You have to, I think, even in our walk, you have to understand whether or not that person is really, they have a good heart, right? But they still are choosing to live in the immoral way.
Right.
And if it's no harm to you, if it doesn't make you sacrifice your own righteousness, then I say, it is what it is, right?
Yes.
But you still may not go to certain places with them. You still may not, talk about certain things, but they still want to be in your presence. You could also help them to shift.
No, I agree with him. Let me tell you why I agree with him. They are not trying to shift. If they was trying to shift, they would show you that side of them when they come around you. And they themselves
that's what I'm saying, that if they may.
No, let me finish now. So, the reason why they are around you, they are trying to bring you back down to that same place where they are. They're not looking to elevate to be where you are. If they're looking to elevate, they will show you in the action they're looking to elevate to get where you are. So they're going to eventually stop doing the same thing that you stopped doing.
Right.
1 year later, they can still be doing the madness, and you're going to tell me they're really trying to change. No, they're not.
Right. Well,
right.
Yes, I mean, I agree with that. I'm not disagreeing with that if they are showing that they are trying.
You see, it's not even about showing that they are trying. It's either you're going to do or you're not going to.
Here's the thing, though, so we have to look at ourselves, because, again, one thing that I am said, and I have friends that say the same thing. They're only trying to save themselves. They're not out here trying to save other people. Everyone has a purpose. I know for me, I am one who is trying
trying to assist with people lifting up and raising up. So I share the knowledge. I be the light. It's not wrong to do that. Everyone has the purpose,
everybody
right?
have the same purpose. All of us have the same purpose.
We're not
Those are the things. Those are what we got to start. That's what we got to start examining.
Hear what
All
I'm
of us
saying?
are here.
Everyone has the same purpose when you have a line with the truth. So we have to also.
Yeah, but that's what we're speaking about. That's what we're speaking about.
Because what we don't want to do is be like the religious people. We judge you because you have yet arrived.
No.
Hear me out.
No, the reason why I gotta interject so much, because if every time you say something it needs injection, I can't let you finish a whole statement and then don't interject. I gotta interject wherever the interjection needs.
I like that.
It's not about judging. We have to judge.
Right.
We have to judge.
Yes.
Condemnation and judging is two different things.
Yes. Just using, I was loose on my words. But yes. So the same grace, right? The same grace, because that's what I wanted to say. We don't want to condemn people because they have yet to come into the knowledge of self and the knowledge of righteousness. Because we all were there. So we have to be careful because we will become like the church and wait for you to become righteous before we deal with you. Now you get to pick and choose who you are able to be around, who doesn't, affect your vibration and your liberty. But at the same time, the perspective that I'm looking at it from is you may be with certain ones to share the knowledge if they're hungry for it, if they're asking for it. But if they're trying to bring you down, no, you separate yourself. That's just my view on it.
Right.
Because again, I'm pretty sure everyone on this panel have had a certain walk where you're like, okay, it's time for me to change that lifestyle. It's time for me to not go to that place. It's time for me to maybe not hang around with these people, right? Right. And so I think that other people need that same grace to level up because they may not. Now you have some, like you said, Fire, who aren't ready. And you see it. There's no evidence at all of them trying to raise up. And so,
no evidence
that's just my perspective on it.
Yeah, we got to able to identify. You see, who's willing to move forward. The person that's willing to move forward, the action going to show you that. The person that's not willing to move forward, the action going to also show you that. Flattering lips. It's going to show you who just like to flatter their lips.
Right. More discernment. I like
what I'm saying.
But
so I'm not gonna compromise my morals to just be around you because 1 year later you still be in the same place. Hell no.
Right.
And I truly believe.
I'm not gonna do that.
True indeed.
I truly believe that if you do continue to be around them, then some of that is going to rub off on you. Because we're taught that good cannot hang with bad and stay good. I'm sorry, it will not conquer the bad. Evil is evil. You ain't gonna conquer it. Evil has to be conquered by the one who's evil. Our job is to be a light.
Just like that.
And we're not to go out. We're not to go out and try to save the world. I never read nowhere a study where it said that. I think what it tells us is that we are to be a light unto the world, which means we are to be a righteousness for the people to see.
Showing the way.
And those who are seeking light, who are seeking goodness, who are seeking righteousness, will see the righteousness in you and be drawn to you, to that light. Because they're looking to come out of that darkness. But we're not to go out and try to. Now, if it's our brother and we see our brother doing wrong, then we are to go out and correct our brother and reprove him. Because sometimes we all slip. Sometimes we all fall. We may be walking wrong and not knowing it. So it would take our brother to waken us up by rebuking us or instructing us in the right way to go. There's nothing wrong with being rebuked. There's nothing wrong with being instructed. Only a fool don't want to be, corrected, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, it's just.
And our brother and sister is everybody now. Everybody is our brother and sister.
Yes.
We can't look at it like because somebody come out of your mother and that's your brother and sister. No, everybody is our brother and sister.
Right. But
you see,
but even
so that's why they say the person who loves his brother shopping is content.
Well,
I am.
My brother is like me.
He said I am.
My brother is like me. or striving to be like me. You know, everybody is not my brother. I'm sorry to say that. You know, we're all connected. We're all God's children. But there's a separation. Everybody is not my brother. To be my brother is to.
Well, I see everybody as my brother. They might have a good brother or they might have a bad brother, but he's still my brother.
Right. Okay, now I can agree with that.
They might have a good sister
No,
or a bad sister.
I
He's
agree.
still my sister.
I like that. I agree with that 100%. But if my sister's bad or my brother's bad, I'm separating myself from them. Because I do that in my own family. If you ain't
No,
living,
I'm agreeing with that.
yeah.
I'm agreeing with that now.
So I will agree. Yes, we're all brothers, but we do have some
Yeah,
bad
right.
family members that we need to separate from. I think
Yes,
this.
if I have some information, I write it on a piece of paper and I give it to you, and I realize you crumpled it up and put it in the garbage. The next time I'm passing back, I don't got to say anything to you.
Nothing. Right. I agree 100%.
I don't got to speak to you no more because I gave you something that gives us a communication. That means I'm opening a communication gate between me and you now.
Yes. I like that. Bro,
But
I
that's
like.
not what you're trying to communicate on.
I like your room. I want to give all praises to your room. I'm glad that people are tapping on the screen and getting you out there. I think that a lot of people that come on TikTok are looking for rooms like this. So I would ask you to continue it. I'm also recording at the time that we're talking. I'm recording on YouTube as well. Plus, this will go on to other social sites because it's also being recorded on my computer, so I can put it on other sites. I always do. If it's good, I
Yes,
share
I
it.
have no problem with that.
I share it with others. So I just wanted to let you know.
No, I have no problem because this is what we need.
And let me say peace to all this showing love in the room by tapping the screen, because you are helping the brother to get out there. You are helping more people to hear this. And it's also about bringing us together as one, coming to sit down at the table and becoming one-minded, you know, thinking alike, because that's the only way we're going to do this, is that we can come into an agreement with one another. So I just want to say peace. I'm going to take the back seat and I'm going to keep on listening for a while.
Yes, my brother. So that's what it's all about, you know. For I and I to live in the right order. That's why we say the moral order. It gives everybody order. It don't lead us in chaos. It don't lead us in confusion. It don't lead us in debate. It don't lead us in condemnation. You see, because yesterday, Queen, you wasn't here, but we were speaking about judgment yesterday. You see, we had a whole segment on judgment yesterday. It's just to bring it to understand what is the difference between judgment and condemnation. When you go on a job interview, they call it interview. It's still judgment.
Yes. Yes.
You see,
That's
you
right.
go somewhere and they examine you. They're still judging you. You see, somebody said they're analyzing. They're still judging.
That's right.
You see, but condemnation itself is different from judgment. You know?
Right.
No, I agree 100%.
So we got to start. Yes. So we got to start examining what we're saying before we, rush and say it, because most of the time when we put something out there, it's already out there. So that's why it says slow to speak and swift to hear.
Yes. And when you
You know what I'm saying? So when we're slow to speak and we're swift to hear. No, go ahead. You was breaking up. Say that again.
No, when you said judge, you're right. We have to judge. I hear a lot of people say, well, God said don't judge no man. No. You're not judging man. You're judging.
They lie.
Right. You're judging if this is worthy for you to be around, or is this knowledge that you're receiving worthy for you to accept. I mean, we judge from the time we wake up in the morning. We make a judgment whether we're going to get out of bed or lay there a little bit longer. So from the time we wake up until the time we lay down, we're making judgments. So to say one should not judge another is wrong. You have to judge, because if you don't judge, you're walking all different type of
You
paths.
have to.
Yes, yes, you must. So I agree with you 100%.
Prevention is better than cure.
Yes.
How you gonna prevent it?
Right,
You
right.
have to prevent a situation. You
Right.
have to judge.
So you got to make a
To know the
judgment.
decision you're making.
That's right. That's right. You judge every day.
And even the same book tells you, even the same book, yes, the same book tell you when you're judging, make sure you're judging just. That is what the book
Yes, yes.
It never say you don't judge people.
That's
You see?
right. That's right. That's right. That's
So who
right.
came up with this idea?
Man, the devil, the evil one, the
Somebody
one that
who's
wanted
trying
to
to
deceive
live
you.
in the yes.
That's right.
Yes. Somebody who's trying to live in the evil ways.
That's right.
They're not trying to take responsibility and accountability for their own action and doing. So they're gonna say you can't judge me. Nobody judge. We have to judge each other. Nobody condemning you.
Right, right,
Somebody just
right.
saying take accountability, responsibility for your own action and doing.
You know, I'm so glad you said that, because on my
That don't
YouTube,
call for condemnation.
I'm glad you said that, because on my YouTube site it says Satan does not exist. You do. Take responsibilities for your own actions. You know, so that's a great
Yes.
thing. Yes, yes. Thank you so much for this date. You know, I'm
Yes.
glad
And that's what a lot
came
of people are afraid of, to take accountability, responsibility.
Yes, yes. They're very afraid. And when they start sitting down doing that, it scares them even more. You know, most of our people are scared of change.
Tell me about it.
You know, and that's a question that I have for my people as a whole. Why is it so hard for us to walk in love towards one another? Why is it so hard to do good to one another rather than evil? What's hard about being right with your brother or your sister? How can you say you love me if you lie to me, or you steal from me, or you deceive me? I mean, where's the love? That always gets me, you know, because love is only that which is good. So if you doing wrong to me, how you gonna look at me in my face and tell me you love me and expect for me to accept it? I just won't. I just won't. Bro, where you at? Where you located at? I know you have a Jamaican accent, so I know you're Jamaican. But where you at? Where you stationed at? Where you reside?
Brooklyn. Brooklyn.
Brooklyn? All right, all right, all right, all right.
Yeah, I'm in Brooklyn.
Up there in New York. Right on. That's like home to me. I'm from Chicago. I'm from Chicago, so that's like home to me. You know, New York and Chicago, right there with each other. Yeah. So I know. Well, you got knowledge, brother. I like you. I'm definitely gonna make sure
No, that's why.
that others share this room. I want them to know, all y'all that's listening to me on YouTube, if you're on TikTok, I want you to go to More Value Foundation Network. It's a good site to go on. It's a good site to sit there and listen to. And it's very well held, very respectful. And that's what I think a lot of us look for in life. So for those who's looking for good, those who's looking for a good site, those who's looking for good conversation, I ask you to go check out More Value Foundation. That's on TikTok. Peace and love to y'all. All right, going back. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to stop you. Oh, and make sure y'all tap that screen while y'all sitting there
No,
listening.
man, you good, man. You good. It's iron sharpen iron.
And look, I
You see.
love the knowledge coming.
And that's what it take.
Where my sister go? She's got a
You
lot of
see.
good knowledge too.
Yeah, man, it's the morals, man. It's the morals.
Yes, that's it. It's the morals. That's the whole thing.
She's still there. She's still there.
It's the morals. That's the whole thing. People say, well, God did away with the law. No, he never did away with the law. He only had one law. The other laws was man's laws. Don't taste this, don't touch that, don't handle this. All that was man's law. God gave us one law. It was a law of love. That's the only law God ever gave us. And if you go against that, then you went against the law of God. You know, so if you ain't living in love, if you ain't walking in love, if you ain't speaking in love, you're going against the Most High that's in you. You're going against that good quality that's in you. You know, that was created in you. That's right. I love the conversation.
And this is what brings forth the destruction. That's what brings forth all those destruction amongst people, because you're not really looking for the truth.
Right.
You see, they're
right.
looking for something to comfort them.
Yes.
You see, and whatever it is, they're looking for it from the outside.
Yes. 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 They're looking for the happiness, you know, from outside
because
of them.
When somebody say the truth hurt,
that's why they can't find it, because they
some
look
people
for it
try
outside.
to get it through food.
Yes.
Going to the.
Yes.
Yes, because they attach exterior.
Yes.
They're not going interior.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And
so because of that exterior, you know what I'm saying, and they're not going interior.
Well, I think that's what most of them fail to hear.
See what you're saying.
I think most of them fail to hear that. Do not love the world, nor the things of the world. Because to love the things of the world is to be against yourself. You know, it say be against God, but that's yourself. Because all the things of the world distract you from self, from true self.
But they hear but they hear that statement and they still do it. How's that?
Yes. Yes. That's how you know. That's how you know the real ones from the fake ones. By their faith, and when I say that, by their actions. I don't care how much they talk. Their actions gonna show the truth. You could tell a tree by the fruit that it bears. And I tell people that all the time. If it's bearing bad fruit, it's a bad tree. Yeah, if it's bearing. Look, I've been that bad tree. I bear that bad fruit. So I know it's possible. But I also know that you can pull that tree up and plant some good seed and begin to grow a good tree. But you have to want it. You have to desire.
I just said that, you know, we wasn't really bad. We were just acting. We wasn't really bad. We was just acting bad.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
We were just acting bad. We wasn't really bad.
Right. And that is so very true. That is a very true statement. That is so very true. We wasn't. We just was acting. And we need to just go back to what we know is good. You know. I love it. That's like I tell people.
At that time we think we was Wesley Snipe or something, so we just acting bad.
From all the things we watch. You know.
Because our true nature is not to be bad.
Right. But everything you see is bad. So you practice what you see and not what you really hear or know. We practice a lot of what we see. You know.
Yeah, that's why they say so monkey see, so monkey does.
Yes. Yes. That's why I tell people, man.
But after a while, when we realize, we say, no, we're not doing this. This makes no sense.
Well, it's like the man who watch TV every day versus the man who very seldom watch TV or don't watch it at all. Which one you think is more closer to knowing self?
Yeah, I don't watch TV at all.
No, me either. I'll grab the news to see what the weather is. But that's it, because I know everything on the news is nothing but a bunch of lies, including the weather. They don't know the weather, but they get pretty close to it, so that helps me out. You know, but no, I don't do the news. I don't do media. I don't do hearsay. Don't come up and tell me something about somebody unless they're there. Otherwise, keep it to yourself. Because whatever I say with you, that's between me and you. I ain't got no business going nowhere else with it. That was our conversation with no one else there. So the minute I go somewhere else with it, I just broken that bond that we had. You know, that's just my true belief. If it's 5 of us in the room and we talking, that conversation is between the 5. It's you know, like now the conversation is for whoever come in the room. You know, but if you come in on the butt end and want to jump in and you ain't sat here and listen for no time, then you know you're not here for the conversation. You here to try to bring division. Cause you would have took time to listen and seen what we was talking about before you spoke. That's what I believe. And that's just me. I'm different. You know, I think me and you have got a lot in common. You know, and that's the thing when you run into that good spirit, you can feel it, you can hear it. What you're talking is in you. You know, and you can feel that truth. That's what I grab for. That's what I look for. You know, anytime I'm talking to somebody, I'm looking and listening for truth. I'm listening, but I'm also watching, observing. You know, and I never make a real fast decision. If my spirit tell me something ain't right about you, I'm gonna observe you awful close. I'm not gonna try to divide or judge you. I'm just gonna watch you because you may not be what I need to be around. You know, a lot of times we could be good, but hanging around the wrong people and get caught up in the wrong things. And then we say, why me? Why not you? Look what.
That's why I say you're at the right place at the wrong time.
Right. Yeah.
You're at the right place at the wrong time. You don't need to try to get yourself in that place because it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
You know?
And it's about
the
learning.
We understand what's going on.
Yes. It's about growing up and learning. You know, I tell people what is true maturity. You know, that's a good one to bring up. What is true maturity? You know, because I don't think a lot of people know what it is to be mature. I think they think it's just to grow up, make a lot of money, and you know, that's not.
And that's the truth, because the truth is always maturity.
Yes.
You see,
knowledge.
The truth is always maturity.
Knowledge of truth, that is maturity. Because the more truth you have, the more mature you become. That's right. And the only way to know truth is, like it's saying in the book, test it. You know, I tell people, I say, did you ever read the book where it say God say, test me and see if I'm not real? So anything he tell you, he say, test it. See if it's not true. Don't believe it. Test it. I tell people that book is dead. What makes it alive is you accepting it and walking in it. Now it's alive. It's no longer a dead word. But until you accept it and begin to live in it, it's a dead word. It has no power. It can only have power when you give it power. And it can only teach you when you're willing to listen and test it. It's like it's like you learning something. You know, people tell you, oh, I know this, I know that. Have you ever done it? No, I read up on it. Yeah, but you never put it to the test, so you don't know if it was true what you read or not. So go and test it. You know, I tell people, test God. You know, test love. You know love.
Because it's not everything glitter is gold.
Right. Yes. That's right. Everything in glitter is not.
Not everything glitter is gold. You know what I'm saying? So, or if you're not wise enough to realize it's not everything glitter is gold, then you're gonna fall for anything.
That's right. That is so true. So true.
So.
Well, I'm gonna be quiet and see if anyone else have anything they would like to bring to the format. Room is open. I see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are they sleeping or Queen?
No, they're not supposed to be. Everybody, that's how they are most of the time. People just
get quiet, taking knowledge.
Yes.
Ready, Queen?
Just preparing for
Queen.
work. School started back, so I have to do what I have to do.
Oh, listen.
Do what I have to do.
I already know. I just got mine
we have
off.
open house today, so.
Yeah, I just got mine off. I got mine off
right.
about an hour ago. Mine's got off.
Now, where are you located? I heard you say that you were in that you come from Chicago, but where you reside now?
I'm in Arizona. I'm in the mountains.
Oh, okay.
I'm in the mountains.
Oh, nice.
You know,
Nice.
I love home, but it's not a place I would want to raise my children. I come up there. I was raised there. You know, over
Right.
yeah, over 30-something years, you know. But where I'm at now,
Right.
I don't have to worry about my children as much. It's very peaceful.
Right.
And when I say peaceful, I mean peaceful. It's quiet. You don't hear the gunshots. You don't hear all the wild stuff going on. So I kind of like it where I'm at, you know. I'm not going to even lie about it because I look for peace, you know. And where I'm at is very
That's
peaceful.
right.
I do. I look for peace. And then I have
Yes.
children. I'm still
It's
raising
important,
children.
You know, bring your youth to the environment that's safe.
I'm still raising. See, I'm still raising children. You know, and I've been raising children a long time.
Right.
You know, and one thing I do know, like the
Oh,
children,
boy.
the children I raised when I was young are different from the children I'm raising now. You know, they're knowledgeable in the
Oh,
same.
yeah.
They're knowledgeable in the same way, but a little bit different. I got kids I raised in Chicago, and it's sad to say that they took on a lot of my faults, my misunderstanding, because your children they imitate us, you know, and me not being knowledgeable at the time, living like the world, I wanted to teach my kids like the world. So, you know, even when I was gang banging, I was teaching my children how to throw up signs and stuff like this, you know, not knowing that I was destroying, really throwing my kids into the fire. I watched my sons, two of my sons follow, my oldest sons, I watched them follow my path from when I was young, you know. So that hurt, and it also taught me. So with my other children, I was different. I wanted to be different. I wanted to see them different. And I knew I had to be the example that I wanted them to be. And you know, for me, coming to Arizona gave me a chance to go with inside self, search self, and become that new person, you know. And as I became that, that's what I instructed my children in, and I always let them see that, you know, like I don't teach my children, like I don't raise them like I was raised, you know, like you hear a lot of people say the kids be fighting over this is mine and this is mine. So it's none of that here.
Right.
You know, it's ours. Everything. I say everything is ours. And I tell them the reason I say that because if I pass away tomorrow, what's mine is theirs automatically. So nothing belongs to me. You know, and I try to get them to understand that nothing belongs to them. We share everything that we have. You don't say this is mine and you don't want to share it. So I try to keep them that way because I don't want division in my house. You know, I don't want division in my life.
I know that's right. That's the worst thing. I'm telling you, division amongst the siblings is a horrible thing.
Yes, and you see it all the time. Here's something that most people are shocked about when I talk to them. You know, I got siblings, but I tell people I was raised different. My parents didn't go to church, but they were godly parents because we wasn't allowed to fight in my family one another. If you was caught fighting one another, that was a beat down from your parents. You know, so I tell people a lot of times they be talking, you know, especially when I was a supervisor working out there, you know, in the field, a lot of people be talking and they be saying, you know, man, me and my brother got into it, man. I beat the heck out of him, you know, and stuff like that. So you know what I'm talking about? You ever felt that? You ever just beat your brother down? I'll be like, dude, I don't even know what you're talking about, because I never put my hands on my brother. We never physically attacked one another. We never got that angry with one another.
Right.
You know, so I don't know what it is. We were always brought up to protect one another. We had to go with one another to make sure we was always
That's right.
protected. So I tell him, I don't know what it is to fight with your brother because it wasn't allowed in my household. You know, so it's
Right.
that's something that's hard for me to grasp. You know, even when I was coming up in Chicago and young and all the gangs and stuff was going around, even the gangbangers was united. It was different from what it is today. You know. So there's in my teaching, in raising my children, I just try to raise them to the best of my ability in the ways of righteousness. You know, I don't say the ways of God, I say the ways of righteousness, because a lot of people don't understand when you say God. God is righteousness, God is love. So when you say God, all you're saying is love. You know, if you say I'm a child of God, you're saying you're a child of love. You know, because
Right.
that's the main key. Everything is about love. I can take that word and take God out and put love in all the places where God is, and it'll bring a whole new meaning and understanding,
Exactly.
insight. So I tell people, you know, sometimes just think about what you're reading, because it's talking about us. That book talk about us, about how we should live and what we should stay away from. We just won't listen to it. You know, we won't follow it.
Indeed. Give thanks for your transparency too. You know, sharing your life. You know,
Yes.
because it helps others to take a deeper look in themselves. You know, because we all have a story to tell. You know, and your walk. I say this. You know, everybody was dealt a certain hand, right?
Yes.
Think about playing cards.
Yes.
You know, you gotta play your hand. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you do.
And share that with others, because it helps someone else. You know, to be transparent and share their lives.
Yeah, I came through a lot. I mean, I did. I mean, I've been through it all.
Right.
I ain't been no. I'm kind of like that one. What's the writer? Paul. A sinner among sinners. He was a sinner among all sinners. He said he was. He said I was a sinner among all sinners. He was one of the worst ones. It was. That was me when I was young.
Right.
You know. I even had to do time in the pen, you know, and you know, I remember
Right.
that was, but you know, for me, it was a savior time, you know, it was a saving time, because doing time in that pen gave me time to sit down and meditate on my life and see all the mistakes and the wrong ways I was going. So it gave me a time to focus on that and how to change me. And that's where coming studying the word and stuff like that. I had already been studying it, but it made me study more because I had that solitude time. I had that time to go within me and search deep within. So when I came out, I wasn't the same person I was when I went in, you know. And then I thought about it. I went in chasing after the things of the world. I was chasing that dollar, you know. The most evilest thing in this world. That's the God that most of us worship and don't even know it. I was worshiping that God, and that God was destroying me. You know, when you start putting money above everything else, it'll destroy you. You know, because it ain't about the money. It's about the love of family. It's about the love of one another. You know, money can only do so much, but if I got your love, I got all that I need. Because we can do a lot together, and that love will help us build together. It'll help us work together in unity. You know, it's about love and unity. You know, because you can't have unity without love. You know, I mean, you can't even you can't
They go
have.
hand in hand, you know.
Thanks for the word.
Thank you, sister. Thank you for listening. I'm just talking because my brother done took a break to go get something to
But this
drink.
is what it's all about, you know.
It truly is, Shane.
No, this is what it's all about, you know. It's the Moral Value Foundation Network where we share insight with each other. So it's no problem, you know what I'm saying, for I and I to sit down and listen to you, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's all it is. You're sharing your, you know what I'm saying, your journey and your path. So next youth might hear it, someone else might hear it, and give them some insight how to make some better choices on the journey they're on. So that's what this is all about.
I like that. And that is what it's
You
about.
know?
It is. That's what it's
So,
about. It's a journey.
It's not for me to, yeah.
It's a
I talk all the
journey.
time, so if somebody else coming and they speaking on this saying something, now I got no problem to listen to it.
You sound like me. That's why I
That's
tell
no issue
people.
for that. Especially if you,
That's why I tell people. I say I'm talking all the time. So
that's what
I
it's all
love
about,
listening.
man.
But I love listening because I get so much
Okay.
from listening to others. I do. I get so much from listening to others. I love listening, especially when I know they're talking about
I'm not
that.
any, I don't listen. I'm not even like, I don't listen to any everybody. I'm not
No,
gonna lie. It's
no.
not every and everybody. I listen
Oh no.
to.
No. I don't poison myself like that. Listen, I can listen to you for a few seconds and know if I want to still continue to listen to you. just by the way you speak and the way you
Yeah,
change.
just like that. For real, for real.
That's right. And I ain't being mean. It's just that nope, we ain't on the same level. Let me move on. You know, like you said, birds of a feather flock together. So if we ain't got the same type of feathers, I can't flock with you. Yeah. We can keep on flying though.
Yep. Oh, Queen, I should say that we got another. There's another book on Amazon called Moral Toddler. Yes, it just came out a few days ago.
Really?
That's the other. Yes, that's what I was working on. That's the next project I was
Oh,
working
give
on.
thanks.
You know what I'm saying? So that one is for like from they born till they get to the 5th grade. Yes, it's like, you know, to help a lot of the females to navigate their way with the youths, them, how to guide them, to give them the right knowledge from early out, so they know how to make the right decisions and stuff like that. And we, you know, so we call it Moral Toddler.
Wow, I love it. I love it. I love it. Wow, give thanks. I've already been sharing the books amongst my coworkers, you know? Yeah.
And what they saying so
You love
far?
it. They skim through it and like, oh my God, this is good. I'm like, yes, you know, I have yet to finish it yet. So, but I am applying it with me and the other teacher. She shared the lessons with me, so I'll be working on that today to present it on Monday. But yes, I believe she's going to get it. She may have already gotten it. You know, I'm not sure. She hasn't said. I'll ask her when I see her today.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's not a book you're gonna finish one time now. You see.
I'm studying the definitions because I want to specifically share those with the students.
Yes,
Right.
yes. You know what I'm saying?
You say
Right,
students,
right.
are you a teacher?
So,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I am.
Oh,
I teach high school. I'm a visual arts teacher. Yes, I'm an artist. And so I teach visual arts to 12th graders.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to sit and talk
Yeah.
with you, get some of that knowledge. Right on. I like that. You know what?
Say that again.
I'm going to have to sit and talk with you. Maybe I can get you to share some of that knowledge on my websites. Do you do videos too? Because you said
Right,
you're-
I will. I use art as a form of meditation as well, which is teaching the youth how to meditate through art.
Okay. Listen,
So I use it as a therapeutic tool. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have an email address. It's called African People of Love @gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Could you just send me an email so I could get in touch with
Okay.
you?
Inbox me. Follow me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, follow me so I follow you back, and then we'll reason there. Yeah. Gary asked, do you make men's attire as well? No, I don't make men's clothes. I paint on garments, but I actually sell African and Caribbean attire and stuff. Yeah.
Really? Oh, yeah, we got to talk.
Yeah, one of the brothers in the chat.
I also want
So
to
I promote the culture too.
connect with my Jamaican brother too. and see what we can do together. I'm about building.
I couldn't hear you. I am. Someone came up in the box.
Oh, I'm sorry. I want
What
to
did you
also.
say? I couldn't hear you. It cut you off.
I want to also connect with my Jamaican brother too, who's more valued. Because I feel we could do a lot together. I'm about building. Building.
Oh yeah.
Building love and a solid foundation, a solid people, you know. So I know us three.
Yeah. And collaborations are necessary.
Yes, us three is about to say, and it's really about working together. Like he said, we're all family. So when you think about that, it's like saying we're all the body. And being the body, we have many different parts, many different members, and we need all of them parts to do what we need to do.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. There you go. I'm with that meditation too. When everyone aligns with what their purpose is,
Yes.
we connect. It's like it's like your body.
Yes.
Head, arm, leg.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Allah.
So it's like we work as one body. Mm-hmm. That's it. Allah.
That's right.
That is it. So yeah, we must. You know, everyone has to know what there's like the worker bees. It's like, you know, or the ants. You know, what is your purpose? And I bring it together because it's all to build morality.
Yeah.
And I was going to get to that point earlier when we were talking about how can we make the world better, right? Because we all live here.
Mm-hmm.
We got to continue to teach the morals.
Yes.
I say, thy kingdom come, thy queendom come. Bring that into yourself so that you vibrate on that level, and it's going to push out those who cannot.
Yes.
We're going to win.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Those
Yes.
who live a moral life are going to win this battle.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
You know?
Oh yes. Oh
You just have
yes.
to be off the wall.
A matter of fact, the war is right now. The war is right now. Armageddon, the Great War, that's going on right now. It's the war between good and evil. That's the war. That's the war we're in right now. That last final war between good and evil. That's why I keep saying those that are good, that want to be good, they're going to come together with the other ones that are good and separate. Now, when I say separate, I don't mean leave this world. I mean just separate so that you could see the difference. And those who see them, the way that they walk and want to be a part of that, they're going to leave that world and come to them over there, wherever they are at. Because we got to separate.
There you go.
You know, so that's why I say I'm about building.
Right.
I'm about building. I'm looking to separate. I'm looking to build. I want that kingdom that is within us. That's the kingdom I want to build. You know, because we are the kingdom.
I'm trying to tell you, yeah. And do everything with a purpose. Time is so precious.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Time is so precious. Every minute, every second of the day should be about doing something more.
Yes.
You know, or
Yes.
doing something to lift up the vibration of the world. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. 100%. I agree.
One stays in that meditation, but you have to walk in this thing. You know?
That's right. And if you're not, then you're really living in vain.
Yeah.
You know, you're really living in vain if you're not trying to lift up and build.
And you can see the shift too that we're talking about. Those who are not living a moral life are starting to really stress out.
Yes.
They're starting to really lose their mind.
Right, because
They're
they
really starting to lose their minds because they're like, what's going on?
because they so right. They so worried about all these worldly things which don't really mean nothing. That they don't have time to focus and realize that the focus should be on themselves. Let go of the things of the world.
Right.
You know, focus on self. You know, and it's hard. Believe me, it's not easy to let go of this world.
Right.
You got to really want.
Well, you know, it was set up so that people chase after it. You know?
Yeah, that's right. Everything.
It was set up so that we could chase after it.
Everything. Yes.
These things,
Yes. Everything in this world was set up that way. That's right. That's right. That's what it's set up for. Including our schools. Schools teach children how to prepare for prison.
Yeah, I know.
It also teach them how to. And
I was trying to get up out of it, but you know, I'm not called to get up out of it yet. So you know.
And teach them to follow rules.
Because I know my purpose.
No, you there for a purpose. And look, if you teach them what's right, you there to bring that balance, to bring that balance, and then also, you know, even you have to be a wise teacher. You sound like you're wise, so I'm sure you teach outside of the school as well, because only you got to follow the curriculum of the school if you want to stay a teacher. If you go out of that curriculum, then
well, that's one reason why I'm grateful that I'm an art teacher, because that's one reason why I'm grateful that I'm an art teacher. Because I use art. I say this is something I created, that creativity is the pathway to self-discovery. I'm teaching these young people about who they are, the creator within themselves, the creators that they are.
Yes.
You know, so I don't have to really stick to a particular way like some of the core classes do.
Okay.
You know, and I also encourage those core teachers to also include some of these things, because young people don't really grasp all this information if you can't connect it or relate it to liberty.
Right.
You just teach them, you just tell them information, but they're like, okay, how am I going to apply that? So now teach them that they are biology as well.
Yes. Yes.
Teach them why geography is important, so they can figure out where their ancestors came from.
That's right.
You know, like apply it. Why should they learn math? Because they're mathematicians.
Yes.
Why should they learn science? Because we are science.
Yes.
You know, and so I encourage that, like, because I know for me, it was a struggle sometimes. I'm like, I'm getting all this information for what? Now help me to apply it to something.
Yes.
You know, and so I try to make that bridge to other teachers as well, you know.
Okay.
And the same way with art. I have students that come in and say, I'm not an artist. I mean, really picture fit. They're like, I don't know why I was placed in this class. I don't draw. And I'm like, you're here to find yourself.
There you go.
So create. And then come to find out they're the strongest artists in the class. You know, they're like,
right.
I'm figuring myself. And I'm like, yes, quiet your mind. Get off of social media for a minute.
Yes.
Sit down and create.
Yes.
You know, I'll teach you the techniques. Now you figure out how you want to put yourself in that. Yes. And I mean, some powerful students, powerful artists, you know.
My daughter.
Yeah, I give thanks for it, you know.
It's
a struggle sometimes because it is the system. You know, and our youth these days haven't been raised on morals. And so they come in, and I'm pretty sure, I haven't been to prison, but what I know of the prison system is very similar.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the schools are rough, you know.
No, I'm not.
Stay in a certain mindset.
Listen, I'm not bragging.
You know, there's times I've come home and I've cried.
Yes, yes.
You know, wishing that I could mother every child, because you don't know the value of young people. But I realize when they go home, they don't get the love, they don't get the guidance.
Yes.
You know, and so I'm confronted with that every day, and it can be a bit painful. It can be a bit painful.
Correct.
It's all right, Queen.
No, it is painful. Not can be. It is painful.
A lot of the adults have it twisted.
Right.
Because all you really want to do when you have that type of love to give, that's because you love yourself. And all you want to do is to make sure that the children don't have to go through those hard times that you had to experience and go through, because the person before you didn't want to have that. So somebody had to do it.
It's about breaking the generational curses.
That's what motivates. What did you say? I am.
It's about breaking the generational curses that was planted within us. You know, because we all come up seeing things that we didn't like, we didn't approve of. So when we grow up, our job is to change that, to make it right, not to stay in that. You know, see, I think sometimes we forget that our children don't belong to us. They're given to us to instruct.
I'm trying to tell you.
You know, to instruct and to teach, because they're going to leave us once they
raise them up as if they are truly the sons and daughters of the Most High.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I did with my youth. I'm like, thank you.
That's right.
Now I'm gonna do right by them.
That's
you know what I'm saying? These are children of the Creator. How can you not take care of that?
Right.
And not only that, like the sister said, loving your children is like loving yourself. Please love yourself before you have children.
Man.
Please love yourself before you have children, because these children grow up to be traumatized.
Yes.
You know, I hear these stories every day with adult friends and things who have mothers and fathers who didn't love them. It's a painful thing to hear.
And that's
I just heard stories yesterday. I'm sitting crying, hearing a brother friend of mine who talking about a mom that didn't love him properly. You know how painful that is?
Yes.
He's a grown man. Now healing, just now healing. Right.
And that's sad. But
You know,
but you're right.
and I've
But
come
you're
across
right.
several
I see it.
very, very sad.
No, I see it. I see it being done.
But
And stuff.
at
Like
the same,
when you got a family, you got three or four children in the home, and the parents are always fighting and drinking and partying and not thinking about.
Right.
I hate that
Right.
because you're destroying them
Yeah,
children
me too.
even before they got a chance to even live life. Everything you're putting in front of them
Right.
is
Right. That's
is
what.
yeah.
right,
So I agree.
Right.
It's yes, I
That's
know,
right. Mm-hmm.
and it hurts. It hurts because you can't go in the home and take
Yeah.
them out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And just to know that they're going through that is and then you knowing them, you try to counteract it by just showing them love. You know, showing them the opposite. You know,
Right.
even though they may be seeing the opposite at home, you got to show them some goodness so they could have that balance. Yeah, sister, I definitely want to
and it's
give.
not even.
I definitely want to
It's
give
not
it to.
even. I'm actually wondering. I am because I know how I experience other adults with their children, but myself, I do not have any like physical children. I have so many spiritual children.
Okay.
But with that experience of having the moral values and having to deal with others who have children but don't have the same moral values, want to make it about, oh, I'm, trying to come in and do this and that, but it's really more, hey, I want your child to know the information that they need to know in order to operate properly out in this world. Yes, we have to live in it, but you don't have to be of the world. You don't have to do what everybody else in society is
Right.
doing, because when you do that, you're forgetting yourself. That's how you lose yourself.
Right.
But
In the
I
world,
empower a child, I'm allowing for them to see how important and valuable they are, so they don't become misled by their peers.
right. In the world, but not of the world. That's right. I like that. In the world, but not of the world.
Yes.
And you do have to be in. Oh, matter of fact, I just followed you too, Divine.
Okay, let me talk.
I got
Are you
Queen.
back?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm always following those
Thank you.
who seeking knowledge like me. Them the only ones I want to be connected
I appreciate
to.
that. I try.
Oh, I just followed you too, Divine. I didn't know that you had followed me. I see now.
Yes. Because now I'm really staying more on my boundaries and everything. But so my senses have been very heightened. However, because I'm still learning my lessons too. What people have to grasp is that we're all teachers.
Yes.
We don't necessarily have to be the teachers of the people that's directly around us,
That's
but
right.
you will always have to run into other people out there in the world.
That's
And if
right.
you see or feel or hear that somebody is going through something that you've already experienced and you've already learned that lesson, you're gonna feel more impelled to at least give them a word of advice to
That's
let
right.
them know this situation is only temporary.
That's
And
right.
it can only continue as long as you allow for it to continue.
Yes.
Until you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, or basically tired of yourself getting in your own way of having something better, then you will continue to go through that cycle.
That's right.
Unless you're, kind of like what I'm going through right now is like, okay, I'm trying to figure out, okay, why is this happening? What is the lesson I need to learn from this that I'm not learning from this? And that's why it's repeating. It doesn't matter where I go. It doesn't matter the people I come in contact with. It's just going to hop from one person to the other. And the lesson is going to be like, hey, do you want to learn this lesson? Or are you trying to figure it out? Then it's just going to come to you. So it's not even about having control over people. It's not having dominion over anyone. It's not trying to say, oh, I'm better than you. It's to let you know, if I'm able to do it, then you can do it too. it's just a matter of being in your lower self or your higher self and having a solid moral foundation for that to stand on. Because when you go against your own morals and integrity, then that's when it becomes a nightmare. Because you're the only one that can feel that.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true. That's why it's so important to get this to the students, you know. And I have the opportunity now that I've connected, you know, with the More Value Network Foundation, to be able to do this. I mean, I do it in my own way, but now just having a plan, you know, makes me feel more solid in it, you know. Someone that's steady and spent their time to bring this forth, you know. Now I can follow suit, you know.
Right. And I know for myself, now I feel like I'm not out here by myself.
Right.
Am I the only person with morals that I see inside? Like, and then this pops up, it's like, no, you're not the only one. You're like, hey, damn it.
That's why it's so important that everybody does their own work, you know, because then we will connect when it's time. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing when you're working on your individual purpose, then you will connect with others who are part of that movement. You know, and when you feel like you're lacking, it's like we sharpen one another. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Right.
The right iron sharpens the right iron.
Right.
It's not any iron sharpens any iron.
You think I joke?
Thanks. You know, give thanks.
Gratitude.
Real.
So, and I just recently learned to listen to as well. So, it was a big one. When you take the time to call your power back, to build that self-esteem, self-worth, self-value, to stand on those morals, other people will be able to see it outside of you. So other people can see it before you can see it in yourself.
Right.
And if they're not where they say they are or where they assume they should be, then it's going to become ego and pride and control and narcissism and gaslight. It's all of that is going to it's a domino effect. And so it's not like I don't hate anyone. I may not like the energy you choose to be in, but I don't hate you. I still love you. I just don't like the energy that you choose to be in. I don't like.
I had that conversation with the sister the other day because sometimes I think, you know, it's been in my growth too, because I'm one who we were talking about this earlier. Sometimes you have to separate yourself, right, from just certain energies and people, right? But I have been one because when I was in the church, I worked in ministry. I'm actually a dancer as well, and so I started a dance ministry, and I was praise dancing for over 10 years, and so I placed myself in a position to be able to deal with all ones, to be able to, you know, be there even if their vibration and their energy wasn't in the right place, and so oftentimes they would pour out into the world too, you know, outside of the church. And so I've had to learn to set boundaries. And so now sometimes I feel bad because my cutoff game is so quick. When I'm not feeling certain things, I don't even talk. I won't even answer the phone. Right. You know, there's times when, you know, and it's like I don't want to be that person, but at the same time, I'm learning to protect myself. When something doesn't feel right, I'm trying not to water down my intuition. You know, because there was a time when I wouldn't ignore it, but I'm like, I had to rise above it. You know, when you know your position and what role you play, sometimes you subject yourself to certain things, but then you got to go in silo, and you got to heal yourself, and you got to meditate, and you got to get yourself back together. But I've learned that sometimes you do have to separate yourself. You do have to, like, get outside of, you know, certain energies, you know, so that you can keep yourself straight. You know, but my cutoff game has been quick, and sometimes I feel a bit bad because I'm like, well, maybe I shouldn't have did that way. You know, I'll just stop talking for a minute. You won't know where I am, what's going on with me. You know,
disappear. I'm really good at that.
Right. And I had to share with someone. I said, you know, it wasn't really about you; it was about me. Although it was about them.
Right.
you know, I think oftentimes, sometimes things that I realize too, because I am a talker. Sometimes you don't have to say anything. Let the divine do it. You just do what you have to do. Sometimes it is separated, and the divine will work on both of you. You know, and if it's meant for you to collaborate again, then you will. You know?
Yeah, but yes, but at the same, but that's only considering if they are willing to deal within themselves, because
That's true.
you know, someone who feels that they lack something, if they're living from a place of lack, then they will always be in that. They'll always have that mindset that they have to take something from someone else.
Yes, I'm glad you pointed that out. That is the case. That is the case. Yes.
Yeah. So it's not a matter. I may be upset or mad about the situation. Really, I'm more mad at myself that I put myself in that situation when I had the clues that was there, but I was really just wanting it to be for the best. You know what I mean? Like, I really had good intentions for you. I really had good intentions for our friendship. I really wanted you to be in your higher self. I really wanted you to love yourself. I really wanted you to be able to teach your next generation to how to empower themselves. You know what I mean? I want that for you. I want that for any woman.
Right.
You know, but for one woman to attack another woman, that just lets me know that you're still under the program, under the patriarchy. Because no woman who actually loves themselves can bring themselves to deliberately tear another woman down. That should make you feel bad, because you're a woman too.
Right. We talked about that too before you came up. That we are, you know, our brothers and our sisters. You know what I mean? Keeper to some extent. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so
my part,
I gotta look at others and deal with others as you want to be dealt with. You know?
Yeah. And if
balancing that, then you have to sever. You know, you have to cut ties. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
To keep your morals.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you may hear me say, "Oh, I want the smoke," but because I'm gonna set the record straight, and I'm allow for your actions to speak louder than any words.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? But it's just to set the record straight and to put my truth out. Whether my truth sounds like it's a lie to you or not, okay, that's fine. That's your prerogative. But I'm not going to concern myself with trying to debate your thoughts. That's insanity. I cannot control someone else's thoughts. The truth is what the truth is. My experience is what my experience is. My knowledge is what my knowledge is. As long as my knowledge can help others outside of me, not just me, but others outside of me, because if I'm having this experience and we're all mirrors of each other, that means everybody's going to have to learn the same lessons, just not at the same time.
Right.
So if you was learning that lesson when you was my age, right? I wonder what I was learning at that same time, or what I'm learning now that you're at your age. So right now, if you stay in present moment mode, we're still learning at the same time. So there's no need for me to be like, "Oh, you're not a teacher." How? If you learn lessons, you can teach it to somebody else. Isn't that a teacher? The teacher is the one with the lessons. Like, you got to learn what they. You know what I'm saying? So everyone's a teacher, but it's your responsibility for you to learn the lessons that need to be learned, so you can teach somebody else.
Right.
You're all teachers.
It ain't about, "Oh, I want this, I want that." And just like Fire said, the number one God that most people worship is money. So if your value is in the amount of money that you have, if you don't have the money, then how much good can you feel or think of yourself? And that's the whole truth.
You have a good balance.
And so that's why I started telling people, asking people, like, what is money? What is the definition of money? Like, look at your money right now. Where does it say that it's money? Can you find the word money on what you call money? What is it backed by?
I call money energy.
It is. That's currency.
Because you work for a piece of paper and not and compensated through paper. And so, you know what? That's your energy.
Yes.
Someone gives me money, I say thank you for sharing your energy.
Absolutely.
I I like that.
I
That's
tell
right.
my son because he's very giving. I'm like, be careful who you share your energy with. Don't give all your energy away.
Right. Right.
Absolutely.
They ain't supposed to go to everybody.
Right.
Everybody don't deserve your energy.
You know.
Everybody don't deserve your energy.
Right.
Right.
But I agree, each one teach one. You know, like I teach my children. You know, y'all responsible to one another. The older ones, I say whether y'all realize it or not, the siblings, y'all siblings look up to y'all. So you have to watch what you do around them and what you say around them, because even though I may be the parent in the home, they learn more from you than they do from me. Because the children, they do. Because they're following their older sibling. They're trying to do what their older sibling doing. They're trying to imitate their older sibling. You know, so I tell my daughter all the time, you know, hey, watch the way you walk. You know, my little 19-year-old, watch the way you walk, because you got your little 7-year-old sister looking at you. You got your 14-year-old brother looking at you. You know, so, you know, and I show her that, you know, like they'll do things that she be doing. I say, you see, they got that from you. They follow you more than me because they see you more than me.
And I think things that you're talking to your daughters like that. Yeah, sorry to cut you, but I just wanted to bring you up, you know. Because the power of a man, you know, when it comes to daughters is a very important thing, you know.
Man, look.
My dad said certain things to me as a young girl, stuck with me, you know.
Yeah.
Just because it came from a man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
And that's righteous, you know.
some of I lost their mother.
So give thanks for that, you know. Our daughters need that. Daughters need you.
Yeah, well, I have children. I lost their mother, and
You know, you know why
I
that
had to
is,
raise
because you represent the women that had that true male present role model in their life. Myself, I represent the young women that really didn't have a male presence in their life, and the male presence that I was told to look at pushed me away. So there's a duality to everything. You know, it has to do with polarity. You
Yes.
have on this side, okay, and then on that side.
Right.
You know, so what's the opposite of that? So it's all a balance, you know, and how to maneuver and just move through this life and really be here and achieve our purposes, because the programming is real. There's people that's out there that think that they were born to work a job and then retire. That's not, you know what I mean? So my ancestors was like, no, we gonna stop that right here. Yeah, we found one that said no, who was rebellious to the system before she even woke up.
I push that as well, but I also see it in a different way.
Okay.
You're gonna have some who are gonna be workers. You're gonna have some who are gonna be the business owners and the employer. The problem is that the system doesn't compensate you for your energy. You know, the system is about employing you but using you.
Yes.
That's the problem. You know what I mean? Because
Yes.
like I said, some would be owners and some would be workers. And we should value every aspect. And the problem is that the workers are not valued. You know, you work your hardest, but you give your peace. The system is broken. And the system are thieves and vampires, you know? That's the problem.
But people take that and use that because, okay, well, this is what I have to do, what they want me to do, or I have to do this, or they're doing this to me, so I'm going to do this to somebody else. That's the same with hurting people. Like, when are you going to get tired of people hurting you?
Excuse me. Let me interrupt.
That's true.
Let me interrupt.
And that's where you use your gifts so that you can make room. You know what I mean? For what you want.
Let me interact on that statement that you ladies
Because
are
we've all been
speaking.
given something to do. So,
You see,
say that
and
again.
that's where we have to build. And when I say build, and that's right back to the separation again. The law, the system is corrupt. And if anyone read the Bible, it said that we, the children of God, are supposed to subdue this world. Subdue means to take charge. So
Right.
we that are right, that wants to live right, we got to take charge of the system. The only way to take charge of the system is to walk away from it, to pull it down. The system feeds off of us. So the minute that we stop giving it something, because it does. If we stop feeding into it,
Right.
so that it cannot feed off of it, it's gonna die. It's gonna die.
Right. That's true.
You know. So
Right.
that's why I say like separation, because then we even in the business world, you know, because when you think about the business world, it's still in the system. I hear so many people say buy black and buy black only. You can buy black all day long, but at the end of the day, it's still going back to the system. It's not going to the people.
Yeah.
It's not going to the community.
All the taxes and doing all that. Listen.
And who you buying your products from? Even though you buying from black owners, who are the black owners buying their product from? So you still giving the money back to the system. So that's why I say separation come in. We got to change and create a new system. And that's us who want different.
Right.
And we got to be real about it. We got to take our little so-called man-made money and we got to invest it in creating a new kingdom. That's investing it in us.
And we have to be okay with the separation. We have to be okay with the separation.
Yes.
So many ones want to just work with the system because it's convenient.
Right.
You're going to be inconvenienced when it's time to really focus.
Look.
You know what I mean? It may come to you just eating growth. It
Right.
may be that you're going to cut off certain things, not, make certain connections. It's going to get uncomfortable.
Yes.
You're wanting to be against what is not moral. You
It's,
know what I mean?
it's
Which is
definitely
the system.
gonna be. Yes.
There's going to be some inconveniences, but anyone's not ready for that.
See, and that's it.
Anyone's not ready for that.
Right. But when us who are ready begin to do that and they see that happening, those who weren't ready but they yet desired, they're looking. They're fighting with self, like, I need to go over there where they at.
Right.
Because they doing what I want. And I can't get it over
Right.
here. And they ain't finna come over here.
Right.
So I need to go over there. You know. And that's okay.
So true.
That's okay. But there is a sacrifice. You do have to give up a lot. Because you're talking about change. Not just change from the system, change within yourself. Because you can't change the system until you change the inner you. That's where it starts at.
That's right.
That's where it starts. Listen, ladies,
I'm working on that right now.
ladies, and
When I
also,
made up naturally, I'm
lady.
not ready for it. I can't take all this.
It's too much. The system is too much.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready for
My body's
separation.
like, oh heck no. Even if my mind wants to, my body won't let me.
Man,
I'm be like, nope.
I don't care about all this stuff.
And raise chickens and
Right. I'm ready to go back to nature. Forget all this stuff. I had more fun when I was back in the. Oh, I almost told my age. I had more fun back in the olden days than I do now. Because coming up as children, we actually were children.
how old are you? Olden days.
I was, yeah, because, well, I put it like this. I got children from 54. My oldest is, well, I think 55 now. All the way down to 7.
Really? Okay.
What? Wow. Wonderful. Thank you.
So,
Thank you for being here.
oh,
Right, for real.
And
No.
Okay.
that's still young now.
yeah, I'm still young.
But nobody come and trick you about you all now. But they got this mentality like to say you all.
Right.
No.
When you live in your morals,
We're
you
not
get
old.
younger.
No, my spirit is young.
I think that's the reason why.
Right.
Yeah. And that's why people misguess my age. Because, and then maybe like 2 years ago, about a year ago, I ran into someone that I used to go to school with. And it was like, is that you? Is that you? I'm like, yeah. They recognize me, but I didn't recognize them. It was like, man, you still look the same. I'm like, yeah. What am I supposed to look like? Right?
Thank you.
Thanks for the morals. That happened with me and my daughter too. Me and my daughter were out at the store, and one of my classmates saw me from high school, and she was like, "Yes, me and your mom went to school together, but I know I look older than her." And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, the morals now. At the time, I was thinking, well, I don't partake in certain things, that make you youthful,
Right.
And I think, too, just having joy, having balance within yourself.
Yes.
All those things. There's so many things that attribute to you being youthful.
Yes.
And it's so important that we don't allow this world to stress us out. You know what I mean? Try your best, even though there's things around you that will cause you stress and all these things. You got to really balance yourself and stay in joy.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You got to let that stress go. Yes.
It's very important because stress alone will change your whole look.
Oh.
You know what I mean? You can be in a bad relationship and be looking crazy. As soon as you leave that relationship, you realize, that was the problem. Because you blow up.
Yes.
You know? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. You know, when you talk about relationships, you got to find somebody that, like we said earlier, that's think like you, that has the desires you have. Y'all may not be totally one because you become one as y'all grow together, but they got to have a spirit like yours.
Right.
They and that's hard today because it's so man. Look, the devil come in disguises.
Yes, it is.
They'll make themselves seem good.
Right, it's true.
So many.
You know, everybody.
Ever since I was a youth, I've always dated for a purpose.
Yes.
But now that I've accepted what I needed to accept, then I'm only going to attract healed and purpose-driven masculines and also goddesses. So I'm becoming more aligned. I'm magnetic.
With self,
I'm becoming more aligned with others that are like myself.
Right.
And I
You're doing that to
because
you.
This is the only reason why I would come across the More Value Foundation network.
Yes.
Because if I wasn't headed in that direction, then I wouldn't have been able to cross paths with it.
Right. You're the bypass.
Gratitude for that.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yes. I'm thankful for having you.
Yes.
I'm thankful for being able to just come
I'm
into.
thankful you did not bypass me.
No, I'm just thankful to come into awareness of you ladies. You know what I'm saying? It's good. And also the brother for him having this platform. You know, it's for me it's good because
Gratitude.
You're my joy. When I listen to you and I hear like-minded, that's a joy for me. You know, for me it's a joy. I don't need the partying and all the bull jive and the fakeness to have joy. My joy comes from the realness. You know, that's true joy. True joy. It's like love, true love. She said something. I'm trying to remember. It was something I wanted, but I didn't want to stop her. She was talking about relationships. You know, dating. When I was dating.
Dating for a purpose.
Right. When I was dating, I dated for a purpose. I used to tell women straight out, look, if I date you, I'm dating you because I see potential, wife potential in you. That's my reason for dating you. I'm not dating you just to date you to say I went out with you or I've been with her. No. I'm looking for a wife, so I'm looking for wife material. I'm dating you to find out if you're that wife material for me. If not, I'm moving on. You know. And when I say dating, that has nothing to do with the sex.
From wife image.
Nothing to do with the sex.
Correct. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that, because I'm not sure exactly how old a man has to be before he's not looking at, to have sexual relationship. If you're not, but that makes sense that it would be more towards the smack if he's not looking for a wife.
Right.
Another growth that I've seen is that realizing that I am wifey material. That's why I make such a sucky girlfriend. Because when I try to be a girlfriend, I'm too much because
Right.
I'm wifey material.
Right.
But that makes sense.
You know. Listen.
But you're too much. Why do people keep telling me I'm too much?
Yeah. You got standards. You're not. You mean to tell me you're not in this just to have fun?
No.
What's that?
No.
No, I'm trying to build. Like,
Right.
you know, what's your purpose? What you working on?
Right, because if we sitting here just dating, we're wasting time. I'm wasting time and energy. I'm trying to build. So I'm looking for someone else that wants to build. Otherwise, I'm wasting energy just dating
I
and
can't
go
go.
out.
I'm already 41. I don't have any kids yet. I don't have time to waste time. So I don't. Yeah, I feel bad that I make blocking pretty fast. If I see something, but because it's gonna be a unfollow, delete type.
Right.
And yes, so I really did understand that part. Where you was like, dang, did I miss out on something I was supposed to experience? Was this me running from something else I was supposed to experience? Like, okay, Divine, was there something else I was supposed to learn there? Or have I already learned the lesson and then cut that person off and then just keep on going? So that way it's just not an extra detour that I don't need to freaking make and something else I need to heal from. I don't want to do that. No.
And
I'm
sex.
41. You gotta be perfect.
Yeah, and sex brings feelings, so I don't need the sex.
Just having fun. Go ahead.
Sex brings emotions and stuff. So
I was talking to somebody recently, and that's what they were saying. When their mother had the first set of youths, she didn't fully understand what she was doing.
Right.
But those youths grew, and when she got to 45, 46, that's when she started her second journey. And those youths that she had when she was 46, 47, 48,
yes,
was a whole different set of youth.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
I can bear
people
witness
think
to
when you
that.
get to a certain age, you can't have youth. That's not true.
No, wait.
Because she was able to still have youths at 46.
My last
47.
son, I was 58 years old when I had him. He's 15 now.
No, but Dr. CB had youths in his 80s now. I mean, come on.
Right.
Man, come on.
Right.
Right.
Well, man, it's a known fact. A man can always.
How old they say some of the women in the Bible had kids? The virtuous women in the Bible. How old they was when they have youths?
Ooh, they was like in their 90s or in their 100s.
Okay, yeah. So I'm saying when we really listen to what people would tell you, then you buy into that narrative. Then it becomes your reality.
Right. Yes. Hey, listen, my brothers and sisters, I have got to go because I need to get and do my little hourly workout and stuff like that. So I need to get to the gym. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for allowing me to be in the room with y'all to share
No,
this
you're not the
time.
only one. It's,
You know, so I make
no,
sure.
it's 11 o'clock. It's our time too.
Yeah, it's no.
Y'all just made breakfast lunch and dinner.
Yeah, look, I ain't even had breakfast yet. We won't even go there. But
Yes.
I'm gonna leave y'all in peace and I'm gonna leave y'all in love. And I look forward to seeing y'all once again. Until we talk again, be in love, walk in love, and peace to you all.
Yeah, man. You same thing, you know. Stay oneness, stay in that moral oneness.
Right.
Yes. And ladies, y'all know it's 11 o'clock. What is it?